Good evening, everybody. Or should I say good afternoon or even good morning for our friends in America. If you can hear me, I always greatly appreciate a little comment in the chat. Good evening, everybody. If you can hear me, I'd love to hear a comment about that. Afternoon for Andrea. Bonjour Claude, j'espère que vous pouvez m'entendre. Thank you for confirming that you can hear me. That's always really helpful. So it is only 6 p.m. here in Utsjoki in the far north of Finnish Lapland, and we are already under the beautiful northern lights. It's not even completely night time yet. And I'm going to try to show you. I'm having a little tricky setup tonight. Let's see if I break everything or not. We are going to rotate, and we have the moon here, and we have the beautiful cottages of Aurora holidays. And if I continue rotating, we have the west part here, and as you can see, it is not completely night time yet. So thank you all for confirming that you can hear me, and we are going back towards the northern lights. Here they are. So we had a couple of nice shows the past 2 nights, and I'm hoping that we get another nice show today. And as we never know what happens, I decided to go straight out when I saw that something was happening. And Mahir, thank you, I'm all good. So welcome everybody. We are in Utsjoki, in the far north of Finnish Lapland. And you can see on the left side, the hills on the left side are actually already in Norway, and I can show you where we are. We are here in Utsjoki, the green pin on the map, so almost as far north as you can get in Finland. And we are right now on the frozen river that is marking the border between Finland and Norway. And let's take a look again at the northern lights. We have the Big Dipper center top of the screen, and we are live here looking at the northern lights. So that's me showing you we are actually really live. So I'm standing here on the frozen river, about almost in the middle. The sky is very clear, it's about minus 20 degrees Celsius, and we have the beautiful northern lights behind me. The north is that way, and as you can see, those hills there are in Norway, and those hills here are in Finland. And I'm in front of the cottages of Aurora Holidays here in Utsjoki. I will show you the cottages again. I will turn the camera again. It's forecasted to be really clear tonight. The Aurora forecast is also quite good, so let's do this together. Well, it is pretty cold and I'm pretty much in the middle of the river, so we'll do as long as the batteries and my body can handle. And we have the Auroras right now competing with the twilight and the moon, so as you can see, it's still not an obstacle to see the Aurora. Basically, as soon as the sky gets dark enough, we are able to see some beautiful northern lights. So let me show you the cottages again for those who just joined. To bring the focus back on the sky. And as you can see, we are turning now to the south. We have the moon, and here we have the cottages, and on the right side here we have the restaurant of Aurora Holidays. Sorry for the post that's straight in the middle of the image. En groetenavond Heerenveen. So we have already quite a few people watching, so that's amazing. For those of you who don't really follow me yet, I always appreciate a follow, especially on my YouTube page, where, by the way, we can watch this in full HD. I still don't think that this is available on Facebook yet. And yeah, yesterday we had some pretty amazing auroras, in the sense that they were very, very red. So if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see one of the pictures. And I actually just posted a video on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, showing the red auroras, and I was filming them exactly from the same spot here in the middle of the Teno River at the border between Finland and Norway. And as always, this is all a game of patience. This is quite a typical start of the evening aurora, just centered around the northern horizon. Yesterday, actually, everything started in the southernmost part of the sky, right above the cottages, so it was not very typical yesterday. It was really, really strong lights and very, very amazing. Oh, it's chilly here. And thank you, Christina. Glad you could see those pictures of last night. So it is 6:15 p.m. local time. You can see it on the top left of the screen. This is the live local time. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask them. I will do my very best to answer. The bend that we had when I started the live stream has faded a little bit, but we can see that it's also growing higher up in the sky. So who knows what is going to happen next. And yes, on Thursday you guys had amazing lights all the way in the south of Finland, even with auroras overhead. That was absolutely amazing. It's getting brighter here a little bit, so let's stay focused. Unfortunately, it was quite cloudy here at the peak of the Thursday show, so I only saw the end of that show, but it was also really amazing here. There is quite a strong ambient, if I may call it, solar wind nowadays, so who knows, maybe we get a good event tonight as well. At least it's starting pretty well, and they announce also a very good aurora forecast for tomorrow night and the day after. And tomorrow night it's probably going to be snowing here, so I'll have my night off, and hopefully I'll join you back on Monday. And Lisa is asking if we can explain the red auroras. Yes, we can. They are different. So the colors of the aurora are coming from the different gases in the atmosphere that get excited by the solar wind. And usually the red is some oxygen molecules that are higher up in the atmosphere. And if you look at my pictures, you can see that the red was actually above the green, and the red would usually be around 200 kilometers above the Earth, whereas the green would be under this. It's starting to look like something nice could be about to happen, so I'm getting my stills camera ready as well. And also then I can see better if there are some extra colors, but tonight it's just green for now, but it's really pretty, and let's say that I have a good feeling now. especially when it's growing like that on the left. Thank you, Claudia. Yes, those red auroras are really, really amazing. I was so happy to see that last night. And let me show you again where we are here in Utsjoki, the green pin in the almost center of the map. We are in the northernmost part of Finland, and we are right across the border with Norway. And I will remove the map now, and what you can actually see here at the bottom of the image, those hills are in Norway already, and I'm probably standing not very far from the border. Now I can start to see a little bit of purple above the green, and this is starting to look really, really nice. You can see now we are looking in the north, and now a little bit to the northeast. It is quite cold, minus 20 here. Luckily there is no wind tonight. And we can see that the aurora is starting to do nice shapes here and growing more in the vertical direction. We have a second band now appearing on top of the bright band that you can already see. So we are live. We are here in Utsjoki in the middle of the Teno River. And I see a question, is there any border patrol? Not really. You can go to Norway very freely. I mean, it's been a little bit more challenging with COVID, but restrictions are getting easier nowadays. Whole last year was almost impossible to go to Norway. Oh, we are having a nice development here on the left. But no, I don't think there is any border patrol here. And the question about the gases, yes, the gases I'm talking about are the gases of the atmosphere, so they are of course always there. But if the solar wind is stronger and more dense, then it excites those gases more, and therefore creating more colors. So I'm just simplifying a bit, but that's basically the explanation. Oh, it's cold. And Walter, yes, it's very beautiful. And it's getting brighter and brighter, so I'm hoping that we can get something nice soon. And Remy, the camera is now pointing to the north-northwest. And when it starts like that, this bend is usually centered on the north indeed. But then it gets bigger and brighter, and then it can come from all directions. And now it's getting really nice and bright. And it's starting to go also overhead a little bit. As you can see, it's climbing. And let's stay focused on this part now. And as you can see, it's getting greener and greener. And what you can see now on the screen is quite the same as what I can see to the naked eye. It's always a little bit more colorful on the video. But I have to say that now I'm looking at the screen and at the sky, and it's pretty similar. So the secret is that I desaturate the image a lot in camera before sending it to the live stream. And now I have to decide if we stay here on the left or if we go over there. Oof, need to show you a bit of horizon. Now that's starting to be nice. Beautiful, it's starting to make waves. So I hope that we get more and more people watching. And it's starting to move. Starting to be really pretty. There's a hint of purple fringe appearing here and there under the green, which, to come back to what we said earlier, is the nitrogen getting excited in the atmosphere, and that's at even lower altitudes. I think we are in for a good show. If I look at what is also happening here. So in my experience, when the aurora comes from this taller mountain here, it's usually a sign that something bigger is going to happen. That's my local knowledge. Oh, everything is so cold here. Getting nice. I mean, it was already nice, it's getting nicer and nicer. Et bonsoir Christophe, j'espère que tu vas bien. Yes, it's -20 here. And someone is asking how similar are the colors in the stream and to the naked eye. It's very, very similar now, especially that the auroras are getting brighter in the sky, and it's just a little bit more colorful to the naked eye. Sorry, a little bit more colorful in the stream, but not by a lot. I'm always trying to show the aurora in the most realistic possible way. So I desaturate the colors a lot in camera before they go to the live stream. So I will try to show you the whole sky. Look at this. Now we're looking in the north and going towards the east, and if you're just joining us, we are here at the Aurora holidays cottages, and hopefully soon the lights will even be on top of them. And here we have the river and some beautiful northern lights. I don't know which side to show you guys. It's nice everywhere, but I think there on the left is getting brighter. So yeah, it can happen indeed that when the auroras are very weak, you can only see it looks very white, very milky, and then it gets very green on pictures. But now the lights are pretty bright even to the naked eye, so you can actually see the color here. It's going to be a good night. Now that's the beauty of having a camera that I can move, so I can show you the whole sky and all the interesting parts of the sky. Sylvie de Bourgogne, bonsoir. So yeah, it looks like it's getting really bright and wavy and overhead and everything that one can dream of with the Northern Lights. And I think that we are in for a really good show. Now it's starting to move. So some problem with the battery of my wireless microphone, which is inherent to the temperature. So I'm really sorry, but the sound is going to be quite bad for the rest of this live. So I wonder if this is working now. Looks like it. Now I took the power of the laptop to plug the microphone, so let's see what is going to happen with that. And let's try to turn to another nice part of the sky. I hope you can hear me now. Some buzzing in the background. Well, can't do anything about the buzzing. It's probably because it's charging at the same time. So did the buzzing stop now? So that's the problem when it's so cold. Most of the batteries don't really handle it. So we have really bright auroras. Stretching from almost east. So we are going to do it like this with the internal microphone of the camera. I'm really sorry about that. I do hope that you can still hear something. So yes, exactly the problem with the internal microphone is I would need to shout really loud from the laptop to the camera to answer the questions. So it's going to be a little bit challenging. We are having here some really nice green bands, and I showed it all to you. So as you can see, the aurora is not staying in the same place in the sky. And this oval is getting bigger and smaller and wider and brighter and less bright, and it just changes all the time. So, if you are joining us here, welcome. We are live from Utsjoki, and I will show you Utsjoki on the map in the far north of Finnish Lapland. We are right on the border with Norway. I'm actually almost standing on the border on the frozen river that's between the two countries. And we have been live for 50 minutes now. And we'll stay live as long as my toes can handle it. And one of the batteries is already gone, so let's see what happens. It's minus 20, probably maybe even a little bit colder. And we are having some very, very beautiful northern lights in the sky of Utsjoki tonight. So if you haven't seen the auroras yet, maybe you come to visit us here in Utsjoki one day. As you can see, we have quite the perfect conditions here. No light pollution whatsoever. The village is 8 kilometers behind me. It's a small village, so there's almost no lights, and you can only see the safety lights on the top of the pillars of the bridge that goes between Finland and Norway. This is moving quite nicely. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to choose the 1080p resolution. And Sunke, I hope maybe one day you can join us here. That would be amazing. James, yes, a fantastic show indeed. Dave, you're very, very welcome. Mike, I agree, it is amazing. I'm really happy to be able to share this with you guys.